Where was I the last 10 years? You mean where I was the last 5 years, right? Because I've been around. I mean, I saw the camera all the time. I've been at school and I've gone to classes. I was in the reading room, second floor. I mean, I lived in BGC. You know, I went to internship to California and I hated it. Everything that people were talking about, everything that I had talked about is just so overhyped. The food, the hiking, the beaches, the great weather year round, in and out, come on. I have Portillo's here. I left California. I actually moved to Lincoln, Nebraska for postdoc and it was amazing. The cornfields were just beautiful over there. I just found myself here and this is where my heart has been. Go Big Ten, go Cornhuskers.
So it's the year 2025. It's been 5 years, 5 or 6 years since you guys last saw us. Everyone's actually in the Chicago area right now, by happenstance, I guess. A lot of us moved back. A lot of life changes have happened since you last saw us.
Year's 2025. I actually have a job. It gives me money to do psychology, which is new for me. I am paying my loans back for, the childhood indiscretions of deciding to go to grad school. I am married, and that's been a great addition to my life. Travis has caused some tension in the marriage.
So what have I been up to for the past 5 years? Well, I decided actually to take an extra year, but when I was deciding what to do for internship, I actually got back in touch with Hezekiah. We decided to apply for the couples match. Lucky enough, we were actually successful. Following internship, I just followed him to postdoc. He got married, as you know. Yeah, he let me move in his garage.
He sometimes will wait for me when I'm brushing my teeth.
We still got to do some wrestling in the garage every so often.
Just trying to figure out what we're going to do with him.
After fourth year, I went on an internship in Pennsylvania.
And then I went on an internship the year after while Hannah was at postdoc. Got an internship in Pennsylvania.
So a few years into our marriage, we just really took stock of our lives and really thought about where we wanted to go and what we wanted to do.
And we really settled on a really traditional hierarchical model.
We just thought that was a really important message to send to our kids. With all of that in mind, we decided that Ashton was going to quit his job and stay home. So I'm the breadwinner.
And I stay at home.
We're really prepared for children.
So for the past 5 years, things have been going really great for me and my family. Fourth year went really well. Passed professional qualifying exams, applied for internship, got my top pick. Then I worked for a little while. And then APA asked me to be president. And then my wife and I decided to move to New Zealand, where the New Zealand Psychological Association asked me to become their president. Gideon right now is doing great. He's 8 years old and he's already been accepted into MIT and Harvard and Stanford. And so we've got a big decision to make. My wife became a very successful, internationally renowned actress. But my wife and I, we really like the Chicago area, so we decided to just kind of come back. Because I think once Gideon's done, he's talking about wanting to go on faculty at the University of Chicago, so we might stay around here for a while, just to be close to him.
I don't have anything to say. I need to do some more soul searching.
Looking back 5 years ago, I was a rigid and dogmatic person. Now I am really in touch with my emotions. I have been converted to psychoanalytic therapy. I went on a fun internship to Rush, and I did my neuropsychology thing, and I thought I loved it. But looking back, I was a fool. The brain is not important at all for behavior, only the subconscious. I came across these wonderful cards. These cards were the Rorschach cards. I opened them up and I saw my future in those cards. I confronted all of my repressed beliefs and emotions, and I came through a new man.
For the last 5 years, I went on an internship in New Orleans. I really enjoyed the culture. But Daniel and I then moved back to Chicago. Really enjoyed working in the field for a while. I just ended up getting really stressed, and one day I ran into Emily and she just seemed like she'd really found herself. I was just inspired.
So I took some time off from psychology to focus on my art. I just felt like psychology wasn't helping me embrace my passion. You know, I needed more. After I graduated, I went on a desert retreat. And during that time, I feel like I really connected with myself, and I just felt this call to move my body and tell a story. I came up with a stage show, and I enlisted the help of my friend Lauren.
You know, she convinced me that I too needed to find myself. We're in this new production company together, and we perform, and
It's going really well. People, they're really connected to it, I think.
yeah, sometimes I miss psychology, but I'm just so happy now, and I just feel like I get to express my inner weirdo.
First year, we had some big freakouts about like assignments and stuff, and it kind of changed throughout the program. You know, we got a little bit more mature. And then fourth year, yeah, I don't really know what happened there.
How's my family doing? You know, Lincoln is doing phenomenal. Juliet is also doing phenomenal. They were actually both also accepted to MIT at very young ages, even younger than Gideon. However, you know, I don't feel like they need that pressure. The Corey of 4 years ago, 5 years ago, would have said yes. But now I think it's more important that they really have fun and develop into the people that they were meant to be.
I'm currently developing a psychological assessment tool for canines because I really love animals and I love psychological assessment. I think it's going to be very promising. I've also finally found a use for the snake hand that my cohort always hated so much. I'm a guest star in Emily and Lauren's dance show.
Since you last saw us, fourth year was pretty stressful. You know, a lot of life transition, a lot of hard things that we had to go through. The cohort really bonded together in that time. We were there for each other. It's like a church, you know, how a church should look. And I think everyone has their own opinion.
Family.
Belonging. Safety.
My people.
The mosaic.
Family.
Home.